Yeah, I'll get started here. We just got in from our Friday red zone practice. I thought it was a good day. I'll start off by obviously stating that Andy is going to be our starter heading into this weekend, and then Nick will be the backup. You can't predict any of these COVID situations, and it's what we're all dealing with right now everywhere. And finding out when we did with Justin, it's a part of this deal. And Justin was super eager to get out, and he had a great day of practice, and this is a part of how it goes, so we just got to be able to react to it. And that's why we feel good about having Andy and Nick here. And it's a credit to Andy, always being prepared and ready. And so he had a good day yesterday, a good day today. So that's where we're at with that. Heading into the game, we have an opportunity to win 3 in a row. Again, as I've been saying all along, it speaks to the players, and a lot of credit to them for how they've handled this situation, and to the coaches as well. So collectively, be able to go in there and end this season on a high note. So I'll go ahead and open up to any questions y'all might have.
First question, Dan Leader.
Hey, Matt, just to clarify, if Justin were to test out, the missed practice time would keep him from playing still?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we've discussed that. I think the odds of that happening, I don't know where that stands, but we would discuss where that's at and how that would go. But right now, the big thing is getting the practice reps. I think that's the biggest thing. The last 2 days, not having them would probably prevent that from happening.
Given the way, Matt, given the way you guys felt coming out of Pittsburgh, and then having really 2 months with Justin that have been disrupted on a number of fronts, how disappointing is it for you that there wasn't the opportunity to build on what was a night in Pittsburgh that seemed like it would be more meaningful?
Yeah, when you go back to that night in Pittsburgh, I'll always remember that being a moment right then and there for a long time of like I've told you, where he just kind of looked at me and just smiled, like, get ready to watch what's about to happen. And then for that to happen, I do feel like that was growth up until that point, and then we were taking off. And then those next 2 games, like you said, you end up having some injuries, and now recently here with the COVID, that's a part of what happens. All these teams are dealing with it right now. I'm a big believer in things happen for a reason. I really believe that, not just for me, but for everybody. And just the way you approach every day, you do it in a positive manner. And so the good thing for Justin is that he has developed, he's gotten better, he's improved. He knows that he can improve and is going to continue to keep improving. But that's just kind of how it goes. It would have been interesting to keep it consistent, but that's not the way it went. And fortunately, we have Andy and Nick there to protect us in this situation.
Next question, Jason Leisure.
Matt, will you call plays in this game?
I'm not going to call plays, no. And if I might, if I decide to, I will. I'm not, but we're going to let Bill go ahead and continue to do what he's been doing a great job at this whole time, so we'll have a little fun out there.
Next question, Kevin Fishbane.
Matt, I'm curious with Roquan, what it's been like for you through your 4 years to watch his evolution to where he's really become such a leader for you. And then obviously he's playing the field, and kind of what do you see for him as his career goes on from here?
He's special. He's about as special as they get. You get a player that comes in and grows, he develops, he goes through the process, he trusts the process. And it takes time. He's a hell of a lot better player now than he was as a rookie. And that's kind of what happens as you develop and grow, with the process. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of all his coaches that have coached him. He's for me, you have moments to coach players every year, and you're excited to see as they continue to improve every year where they're going to be in the end. And so whether it's next year or whether it's 10 years down the road, right now this is just the start of Roquan. And again, somebody that practices like a true pro every single day. He comes to work every single day with a mindset of it could be his last, and he's a leader. Guys follow him, and it's going to be really neat watching him continue to grow.
Next question, Pat Finley.
Hey, Matt, I have a couple of keen questions, if you'll humor me. Is the ankle injury the same one from back in Pittsburgh, or is this something new?
Yeah, same one.
It's the same one. With him, obviously, his contract's up at the end of the year here. What do you appreciate about what he brought in each of your 4 years here?
Yeah, he he did a lot of good things as far as affecting different offenses. He creates a lot of double teams, and I thought he did a good job of doing that, his whole career here.
Next question, Chris Emma.
Matt, you've spoken before about your perspective of just wanting to win that next game and keeping focus on the job at hand. But is there any emotions or any kind of feeling walking off the practice field today, just knowing kind of the uncertainty that lies ahead?
No, we just, these guys, you look at what they've done this year, and, record wise, it's not where we want it to be, but the ability for them to keep fighting, and we have these relationships that we have, and they keep growing. So I think that's the biggest thing that you do every year. 2 years ago when we knew we weren't making the playoffs, it's a similar feeling, just knowing that regardless of what you do this weekend in this game, it doesn't affect your ability to play another week. So that's kind of where it's at.
What would it mean to finish out with 3 straight wins, given that you guys have faced so much adversity, especially down the stretch, run to finish on a high note like that?
No, yeah, it's important because, again, probably one of the hardest things to do as you go through, really, if you look at the sports world, when you hear that you're officially eliminated and it's hard. I mean, we all play to win the Super Bowl. That's why we coach. That's why we play. And when you're told that you don't have that opportunity, different teams are told at different parts of the season. And so probably the biggest challenge as a player, as a coach, and as a head coach is to make sure that we have the obligation, and we maintain that obligation to do everything that we've been doing and not do any less, actually do more and continue to keep fighting like you would if you had a chance. And that's what I'm proud of these guys is, again, every coach, every player develops a relationship as the year goes on. And then we all have different paths. Every year, it's always like that. So it's making sure that I think in the end, we probably all want to say when there's adversity that strikes and when things don't go as well as you want it to go, how do you react? Do you change? Do you treat people differently? Are you a different head coach? Are you a different type of player? Because as they all say, that reveals your true character. And in the end, we all look back and say, how did we react during a tough time? And I think everybody in this building can tell you we reacted pretty well and let everything else happen the way it's supposed to happen.
2 more. Next question, Colleen Kane.
Hey, Matt, going back to Justin, how have you seen him handle the frustrations of the last 6 weeks? And also, what's your message about what he should take away from his rookie season?
Well, this is a part of the NFL. I think this year and last year, it's probably a little bit different. We were joking the other day with some coaches of, anybody that's new to this NFL world, and really every sport right now, every sport, every, league, whatever it is, we're all dealing with it. So it's a little bit different. So if it's your first year, this is what you take from it, and that things can change, and expect the unexpected. For Justin, again, there's so many different dynamics to him learning as a rookie, to playing the position, to coming in, in the role he was at to start the year, to becoming the starter, to any injuries, to learning how to watch tape, to building relationships with your coaches, to building relationships with your teammates. He's done a phenomenal job, and he's going to continue to grow as is only normal. But with time, it's going to take time for any of these quarterbacks as they grow in this league. And he's done a wonderful job of being accepted to all of that.
Last question, Hub.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Hub.
How you doing? I know you've talked about the ways in which Justin has grown, but the measurables, the stats, are pretty much the same. And there's one very strange stat out there, strange to me anyway, that you're actually 2-8, I believe, when he starts, and 4-2 when Andy and Nick have started. Now, I know that's not Justin's fault,
Right.
but I wonder how much the decision to develop him has impacted the team's ability to win games.
Well, I would say that, yeah, like you just mentioned, the win-loss record, that's a team deal there. I mean, we can look at what happened in each of those games, and there's some that you go back and you watch and you see, and I think that's all part of the process too, is is understanding and knowing that you win as a team and you lose as a team. I mean, there's been some great moments for Justin this year where you think, I know we all remember that 4th and 1 that he had to scramble for a touchdown. Again, that felt like a moment where he made a big play. There's several more that go on, and all these competitive guys, they care about the win-loss record. That's all they care about in the end. But also with Justin, it's for him something that he's going to look back at and use to better him as he moves forward. As far as the team, that was the plan all along, and we told you from the front end of what it was going to be with Andy being the starter and Justin being able to learn this game and develop. And it didn't go that way. And so the plan B was to be able to react and help Justin out if he was ready, and he was. For that level of where he was ready, and we did that. So it's not one person. I don't think the 4-2 with Andy and Nick versus the record that you said with Justin is because of the quarterback position. I think more so than anything, it's a team deal.